It's deprogrammed, and I've got far too much work over here. It's cool.
Oh, need some help over there. You need a hand?
My name is Justin. I'm going to switch the cameras real quick. Watch this. Listen to this theme song as I go over here. How cool is that? Hi, camera. My name's Justin. I'm a host guy, and I'm sort of a human. I don't know. Sounded clever when I said it in my head. Hey, you dig this station, you dig this show, you dig us. Patreon.com/Radio Free Radio. $1 a month helps us greatly. We would like to get out of Matt's garage. Matt would like us to get out of Matt's garage.
Get out of my garage!
And we can only do that if you help us. $1 a month. $1 a month helps us out greatly in the long run. And I mean, we're looking at spaces. We're getting all super excited. There's just so much more we want to do. We just need a little bit of space. We've pretty much outgrown the garage studio clubhouse. This place is pretty much jam-packed of stuff, and we've done all we can pretty much do here. $1 a month helps us out greatly. Or you can buy a t-shirt. Those are $20. That would be awesome too. You ask us if that's something you want. Ask us. We'll get you a t-shirt. Also, May the 5th, Angst, 1701 in Virginia Beach, 1701 Baltic Avenue. Yep. Yay. I almost had the cell down. It's only a couple weeks away. All right. So today we're talking the Flaming Lips. And this, I don't know if this is going to get heated.
It's going to get heated.
Or bloody.
It's going to get bloody.
It's for sure going to be interesting because I got to... Jim, I got to tell you, let me introduce the panel first. We're joined via Skype. Peter Gardner joining us. How you doing, Pete?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Excellent. Very good. So the Flaming Lips appeared on my list, a good couple weeks ago, and Matt actually suggested it, but you were the first and only person to jump at wanting to do the show. So tell me what it is about the Flaming Lips that you, firstly, you love so much about them, and what it was, why you wanted to come go to bat for them.
For me, it was kind of like, it was similar to the Radiohead effect, where they popped up on my radar with their fluke hit, She Don't Use Jelly, and I was like, oh, that's a good song, but I'll probably never hear from them again. Then, a few years later, they released this album called The Soft Bulletin, and all of these magazines and websites are saying, album of the year, this is great, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, the Jelly guys? So I checked it out, and it really was one of the best albums I had heard. I don't remember who said it, but one critic called it our generation's Pet Sounds.
Oh.
And I agree totally. So I was on board ever since then, and I went backwards through their catalog, and I've kept up with their enormous body of work since then.
All right, so Matt, you're the one who suggested doing the Flaming Lips.
I did, because let me take you back to
the Wayback Machine.
To 1994, 1995, senior year of high school. I spent a lot of time. In fact, I spent all of my Fridays and Saturday nights at Seaports, a billiard hall, and we every night that we were there at Seaports, I would always put She Don't Use Jelly on. It was that and I'm Too Sexy by Right Fred Said Fred. Right Said Fred. There you go.
Yes.
I would put those two songs on repeatedly, just over and over. And after a few months of this, they actually took She Don't Use Jelly off of the jukebox. So I stopped going to Seaport. So take that. Now they're out of business. So I think that's related. And then I just kind of went up from that because I was like Soft Bulletin hit, and I love Soft Bulletin to death, so much so that I think I didn't put many songs on from it because I didn't want to look like a fanboy, but it looks like I'm a fanboy of a couple other albums. And then obviously Yoshimi came out, and Yoshimi 5.1 came out, and it's just been over ever since. Except for the last few albums, which we won't.
Well, let's delve in. We'll delve into that in a second. Now, for me, this is a discovery, and much in the same way, like Peter had said, She Don't Use Jelly hit my radar because it was on the radio, and She Don't Use Jelly, funny, and I dig that song. Pretty much.
I thought it was funny. I always thought it was just a great song.
Oh, okay,
I'm a weird person.
It's a good song.
It is. It is a good song, but like the hook that got me in is She Don't Use Jelly. That's for some reason I thought that was hysterical at the time. And then like they completely.
What does she use?
Jelly.
Oh, those tangerines.
No, it's jelly. She uses jelly.
Okay.
She don't use jelly, but she uses jelly.
Okay.
So just letting you know, because I'm the expert here. So they completely went off my radar after that. Like didn't pay him attention, and then Yoshimi comes out, and a friend of mine was really into it, and so like again, I grazed by. Like I heard.
Well, and I think
tunes.
they're a band that their singles. I don't remember their singles ever hitting the radio past She Don't Use Jelly.
No, I don't remember any of it.
Not terrestrial radio. I mean, I had satellite at the time when Yoshimi and Salt Bulletin came out, so they were playing it. But traditional radio, I don't remember any other singles.
I used to listen to radio religiously, and again, She Don't Use Jelly was the only one I ever heard around here, and so like they just kind of. Again, I've got friends who have great things to say about them. I never took the time to dive in. So like when I had the chance, I'm like, yeah. And then last week maybe, like I'm getting ready for the Wigs, and I'm like, okay, so we need to frame up the Flaming Lips, and I go in and I'm like, 19? Isn't it like 19 albums? 19 studio albums? I'm like, we need to frame this up.
Yeah, you said that to me, and I was like, oh, cool. I know a lot we can slash.
and that's just the LPs, like a ton of EPs, and then just one-off projects.
A lot of soundtrack stuff.
I will say this, like that to me, that's a working band. That's all. Like, here's the trouble with I think we're gonna find with this show is I think we're gonna have a hard time defining what the Flaming Lips actually are.
Yeah.
I think we're going to do a good job of putting 10 songs together that people should use to check out the band. But I think we're going to have a hard time. I think this is for the first time, a band that's really hard to frame up properly, because I think you need the full scope of the band, and that just wasn't going to happen.
Well, yeah, and I think that's why with the Soft Bulletin, I couldn't pick just one or two songs. Like I had a hard time picking a bunch of songs off of there, because when I listen to the Soft Bulletin, I listen to the Soft Bulletin.
Yeah,
I listen to the whole album. Same thing with Yoshimi. I don't just listen to parts of Yoshimi. I listen to Yoshimi. So it's like, I got to now, and this is going to sound dorky, but I got to justify putting, Yoshimi Part 1 and not putting Part 2 on, because to me, it's the same experience,
I agree. They're an album band for me. I was looking at Embryonic, and that's one of my favorite albums, but I was like, what fucking songs do I pick from this album to represent this album on a list? Like, the songs work in context of the album, but it would sound disjointed next to something like, Do You Realize or something like that.
Yeah. Which is weird. I wonder if that's why I don't like Embryonic so much.
Let's ease into that conversation then, because I'm telling you, I'll tell you right now, I've got 0 from The Terror, and I don't think that's because it's a bad album. I think it just does not work in this conversation.
And this is going to be hard for me because I threw out 3 albums that I just do not like, and it's unfair. Now let me preface this, because I think it's unfair to those albums, because I threw those albums out because I hate those albums, but I hate those albums because I hate what was going on with the band at the time, and its most recent. Because I absolutely hated their Dark Side of the Moon covered album.
Right.
And I mean, I hated it, and I think that tainted Embryonic, because those 2 albums came out at the same time. And listening back through Embryonic, I was like, I don't hate this as much as I think I do. But I tie it so heavily with that other album that I feel like I'm not didn't give it a fair shot.
See,
The Terror in that other one, though.
They're an
can't stand it.
Achimwadi. I pulled one from Achimwadi, and I'm only playing it if Peter brings it up. Like I've got 22 songs, and I will completely ignore the song I pulled. I was just trying to be fair, but like I said, The Terror. I don't think The Terror does this conversation anything. I didn't think it was necessarily a bad record, but I'm not pointing anybody to Achi or The Terror if I'm trying to get them into the Flaming Lips. I think those are grower albums.
Yeah.
I think those are albums that you have to already be a really big fan of the band to be able to give those the kind of shot that they need.
You are a big fan. Well, I think it's also and I think we had this conversation kind of earlier in Slack. It's really, this band it's a lot like Radiohead. Mm-hmm. Not so much in content necessarily, but as far as I feel as far as growth.
Right.
And I feel like there's three very separate bands here. You got the early stuff it's a little more organic, it's a little more bandy, and then with the Soft Bulletin, a little more electronic kind of popped into it, and I think that really crescendoed at War with the Mystics. And then I feel like when it got to Embryonic, it was overwhelming, and I feel like that overwhelming electronic sound. It overwhelmed the band, but I may just be old. And hey, kids, get your Flaming Lips off my yard.
So you're awfully silent over there, Pete. Like Achimwadi and The Terror. Where do you sit with that? With those albums?
I like The Terror, and I've got one of the songs on my list, but I'm not going to fight too hard for it because The Terror, I think, is meant to be listened to front to back. You can't just pull a song out of there and be like, oh,
There's an ambiance to the record. Like it pervades literally every song. That I feel like those two records specifically are grower albums. Like they're written to be grower albums.
I felt like they were overbearing, though.
Well, I mean, it was for me as a new listener, but like I could see what they're doing. I could see the angle. I don't think it works, and I don't think either works.
It's interesting though because also, I hadn't listened to those two albums. I kind of fallen off because you just get busy and you lose track a couple of times. And it's a band that's always been there, but isn't shoved in our faces anymore. Unfortunately, older bands usually are. So I hadn't listened to those two either. So we may be in the same kind of boat,
right?
Where I just need to listen to them and live with the albums.
Again, I don't think either was a bad album, but I am not pointing anybody who's coming to this band for the first time there because you'll lose them. You'll lose them.
Yeah.
And I think both of those records need multiple listens. I think both of those you need to be in the right mind state. You can't be looking to pull out songs from them to make a list from because they're not made.
I don't hear any singles on any of those.
Here's what I kind of like about that though was because with the new album, I had a similar experience to what you had with Embryonic, whereas the thing that they did before it kind of tainted it for me at first. That being their collaboration with Miley Cyrus.
Oh.
So like. They did that, and I was like, what are you guys doing? I mean, come on. But then I started to realize, oh, God, like, all of these tween girls are going to be like, oh, who is this band that Miley is playing with? What the hell is this shit? Oh, what the fuck? So I kind of like that aspect that, like, now that they've got that kind of audience's attention, they're like, okay, let's just be us at our weirdest. And
I can respect that as a double middle finger type of guy.
Now, and this is kind of off topic, but and on topic, have you guys watched their film, their Christmas film?
I have not seen it.
Yes, I've seen it.
Oh boy.
Oh boy good or oh boy bad?
Drugs.
Oh, okay.
Drugs.
No, I get that.
Drugs.
I could see that from a mile away.
It's incomprehensible.
Now I'll say this: they came to the Norva early in the 2000s, and I think it was on Yoshimi, and I didn't know about them. So
that was the show. That was the show I missed.
I would have loved to have gone because specifically that era, I think would have been a really fun show. I think from what I've heard from them, they're a fun show to go see. Period.
Peter, have you ever seen them live?
Oh yeah, I've seen them twice, and I'd say even to a non-fan, you'd have to go see them at least once just to experience it, because I mean, right from the get-go, there's like confetti, there's lights, there's people dancing on stage.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, Wayne Coyne is like shooting like fucking smoke all over the place and shit.
Yeah, everybody has laser pointers.
Yeah, at the show I went to, they handed laser pointers to everybody in the audience, and they were like, okay, at one point in their show, you'll know what to do with these. So during one of the songs, Wayne Coyne held up this giant mirror, and he says, all right, I want you guys to all point those laser pointers at this mirror, and we're going to create our own light show.
Whoa.
And we did, and it was like, it was awesome.
It was out of all the shows I've ever been to, that was probably one of the best shows. Just as far as atmosphere, and there's just this like, it's going to sound corny, but there's like this just feeling of just love, and everybody's having a good time. I didn't see anybody fighting or peeing on anything. Whatever happens.
They also carry over some of their punk rock roots, where after the opening band was done, the Lips themselves actually walked out on stage and were setting up their own shit.
Oh, I did that.
This was during the album after Yoshimi, At War with the Mystics tour.
Yeah, that's the tour I saw.
So these guys could afford as many roadies as they need, but there's Wayne out there, help setting up the smoke machines and stuff and waving at us, and I was like, that is cool.
Yeah.
I can respect that.
And the big video wall that they had behind them was just awesome, especially seeing it at like the Norva. And before they played She Don't Use Jelly, they played an old clip of them on the old MTV Jon Stewart show with Jon Stewart introducing them. And it's just cool stuff, like little things that seem like they would be inconsequential, but like together with that show was just... And plus, they put on a great show. I mean, he's a performer.
So basically, if they come around, we're going.
But I'm dragging everybody.
But it should be mentioned that Steven Drozd is pretty much the brains behind the group, though. Oh. He writes most of the music and performs or plays most of the instruments on their albums.
Does most of the drugs too.
Did most of the drugs. I think he's the only one who's clean now.
Did them all.
So
he had a heroin problem.
Yeah, it was
for a
heroin.
while.
We just got a comment on Twitter from Chase. Chase Merriman says they're so hit and miss for me. I think that's apt, actually. There weren't very many songs where I just listened. This was easier to find my 20. I'll say that because there's plenty of songs where like I'm listening and I'm like, this is a good song, but this is not for this conversation.
Yeah.
This is a great song.
I went high level. I went with. I mean, these are the catchy songs. Yeah. I didn't try to go too deep. I didn't try to be too cool for the room.
Yeah.
I went for the ones that I like, just automatic because they've got those songs, man. There's songs in there that are so catchy and so poppy. In fact, I feel, especially with some of the earlier stuff, there's such good songs, such catchy songs that could have been these big pop hits. But at their core, there's just a weirdness to them.
Yeah.
That would turn off the mainstream.
I also like that there's a lot of dirty rock in there too.
Yeah, there is.
There's a lot of like filthy guitar riffs and just like really
so crunchy sometimes.
Really crunchy,
like
and
too
gross.
Crunchy.
It's like, yeah, I dig it.
Yeah, especially
they did a compilation of their early albums, and they called it "Finally, the Punk Rockers Are Taking Acid," and I was like, that is the most perfect description of this group ever.
Yeah, and. So the name of the game is Deprogrammed, and as we've been mentioning, the three of us have put together a list of 20 songs each with the purpose of combining those lists and cramming it down to 10 that we will present to you as a starter kit for the Flaming Lips. Now, take this with, I don't want to say a grain of salt, but this is going to be
a weird one.
This is going to be about as accurate as we can get.
Yeah.
Because again, like I think the Flaming Lips as a whole, I think this is a grower band. There's plenty of stuff that will pull you in. I really, for the most part, and there's one record where I didn't enjoy it as much, but like I enjoyed this music. Mm-hmm. but a lot of it needs multiple listens. So we'll throw it out that way. That being said, hop right into the game here. I really, really liked At War with the Mystics.
Yeah.
I really liked At War with the Mystics, and it took. Initially, I feel like I had like 6 or 7 songs.
I feel like they might even be the catchiest songs on that.
You know,
It almost feels like they were like, you know, we had such critical acclaim with Soft Bulletin, with Yoshimi. Let's try to hook some people.
there's a lot of slick stuff.
So the production level on that album is so high.
Now, I did some research, and this was after I was finished with my list, and I'll tell you guys ahead of time, like, the songs that I left, the 3 that I left, are singles. So there's that.
Oh, really?
So I'm going to go right here. I'm going to start
The 3 I
strong.
went with are the singles.
Oh, okay. Well, so I'll start here then. It's track 1. Like, I wanted to erase it. When I was talking to my brother Rob about it, he's like, meh. I went and listened to it again. I'm like, nah, man, this is catchy. This is fun. I'm going the Yeah 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 song.
Yeah. Unashamedly.
I don't think Pete agrees with us.
I don't have that one on my list.
It's all right. We'll slide it on over here.
I like it, but like I just remember at the time, like the yeah it was just so annoying to me.
I'll tell you what I like about it is you've got that aspect that yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
You know, that's not for everybody. But
No.
the change when the kind of chorus comes in, though, I love it because it's like, you know, it's that kind of like, you know, and then boom, it just kind of smooths out a little.
Yeah.
You know, the instruments pop in. I love that song.
I think it's a good track 1. It's catchy. To me, it was fun. It was a fun listen. Again, I tried to pull it out. I tried to go, no, man, I'm not doing this. And then I found out a single. I was like, man, I should go pull it out.
But do you see where other people might find that yeah thing kind of annoying?
I guess.
Like I can get where people would find it annoying.
I guess.
But man, I don't. I'm not one of them.
I thought it was kind of, to use the word, cute.
Yeah.
I don't know. I dug it. All right, Matt. What you got, man?
Well, you know what? I'll throw one back out at War with the Mystics, because in this song, I got to tell you, I think this song, I don't know if it's the drums, I think this is one of the catchiest songs they've ever done, and I'll stand behind that. The Wand.
Yeah, I got it.
Love it.
I don't, but I do love that song.
All right, so I know what we're doing come conversation time. All right, Pete, what you got?
I'm gonna go with the one that an opening track from a different album, and this is the one where I was like, "Whoa, okay, this is different." Race for the Prize.
Yep, I got it.
Yep.
I like both versions too, just for the record.
It's a great opening for the album, and they usually open their live shows with it, and it's just a great, like, here we are, you know, and it's catchy. It just feels catchy and kind of happy too.
Catchy, fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, great track 1. I like the remix. The remix is track 1, and I think they close with the album with the original. I like the original as well, so I love that album. I'm not gonna lie, and I think since we're there, I'm going there.
Yeah. That thing might have actually changed my life.
Yeah?
I think that it really changed my taste in music. It actually brought me back because in the early 2000s I was kind of just not listening to anything anymore because the late 90s had happened with like Fred Durst.
Yeah.
And then it turned me off from music. And
I can see that.
and that album started to bring me back.
So we're there at Soft Bulletin. The question is, which one do I play? Like, I feel like I had 7 or 8 at one point, and I was a good boy, and I did trim it back some. You know, I'm going to go here. Feeling Yourself Disintegrate.
No, I know it's a miss on me.
I almost had that one.
But like
Okay.
I won't argue it.
Out. It's out. All right, Matt.
What are we going to continue doing track 1s? Let's go track 1, Yoshimi Fight Test.
I got it.
Got it.
Yeah. We got 2 already.
Should we mention the controversy about the Cat Stevens
Oh yeah,
comparison?
he's getting royalties on that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember what song it was, but apparently they kind of lifted.
Oh, it was
melody
father
to
and
type.
son.
Yeah, and which is fine. It's still a good song. I don't mind.
I feel like this whole giving other artists royalties for other songs because they're too similar. I think that needs to kind of go away. There's a bad precedent I think that we set, and I think it's going to only get worse in the
I
future.
don't know. Have you heard that Ed Sheeran song that just got hit recently?
Yeah, but I don't know.
That band Train wrote a song that is chopsticks. Dun dun dun.
Maybe
Dun,
right.
dun, 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 dun. Like that's the vocal line.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Yeah, maybe you're right.
I'm just saying. There's some things. Yeah. Peter, it's your turn, sir.
I'm gonna go with an album closer. I'm gonna go with Bad Days.
Yes. Emphatically. It's one of my favorite songs, even though it's from Batman Forever.
It's just it's back in their fuzzy guitar days, but it's just like a really feel good song. It's like your bad days will end. Like, like it's
Technically-
okay if you sleep in.
Technically, I pulled that off of my list. I let my brother Rob get in my head.
Don't let him get in your head.
I'm
I'm trying to get in my head.
I'm putting it through because I liked it. It was one of the first songs I heard when I started my research, and I really liked it. And he actually, his actual word was, "It's garbage." I'm like, man, don't do that.
Do that. It's not garbage.
And
He
it's
say
not.
that because it was on Batman Forever. But that song is fantastic.
It's a great song. So, like I said, I had it. So, I play by my own rules. It's my show. If anybody has a problem with it,
Come
what
at
up?
him. Come at him.
What up?
There you
All right. And plus, look at this. We've already got. Not only do we only have 3, but we have 3 super solid ones.
I thought this was going to be harder, too. And those 3 that we've got are from my main list.
Nice.
It's not even my backups.
Yeah. All right. So it's my turn.
I feel like I was just bragging there. Sorry.
So I'm gonna. I think I might just go ahead and delete that one I did pull from Achimwadley. Here we go. I'm gonna go on this one. This one was actually approved by my brother, but after I listened to it again, I was like, "Yeah, I'm right anyway." So, it's off a Hit to the Death in the Future.
I got one.
I'm going Ginger Ale Afternoon.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Not the way I went.
I've got like.
Don't have that one.
Oh, okay. See, this is what I get for listening to him. I really did like a Hit to the Future. Here's the worst thing about Flaming Lips: the damn song titles. They're all like a paragraph.
That's why I didn't put a lot of Hit to the Head. That kept a lot of Hit to the Head off.
They're all like a paragraph long. Look, if I want to read a paragraph,
And they were almost just as bad with Cloud's Taste Metallic songs.
Yeah. Anyways, Matt, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna go with a song that you guys are probably gonna laugh at because I feel like it at its core it is a very corny song, but that doesn't stop me from crying every time it's on, and that's "Do You Realize" from Yoshimi.
Oh, it's such a good song, but I don't
It's
have it.
beautiful and it makes
I've
me
got it.
cry every time. I was at work, I was listening to everything. Do You Realize came on? I was like, I can't listen to this, and I was like, I'll just listen to it. Boom! 10 seconds later, I'm crying. And it's a admittedly, it's a cheesy concept. It's your universe is so great, and you gotta hug your friends because they're gonna die.
Yeah.
And then boom, I'm crying
Well, I mean, if it does that, it does that.
every damn time.
But you hit Peter, so like it's gonna remain for the conversation. You've got that on your side. But me, nah, garbage. No, definitely not garbage. All right, Peter, it is your turn, good sir.
Let's see. Sticking with that album, how about Yoshimi Battles the Pink Robots Part 1?
Yeah,
I got it.
Yeah, you can't not have it.
It's just a good catchy pop song.
Yoshimi. It's super catchy, and again, I heard it all those years ago, and it was one of the few songs that I knew going into this, and I'm like, again, it's a song I knew, so I was trying to avoid it, but I went back and listened to it. I'm like, nah, man,
You gotta put it on.
It belongs in this conversation.
And it's still got it's poppy, but it's still got like this weirdness to it. I mean, the lyrics are like, "Oh, you see me, they won't believe me, but you won't let those robots defeat me." Like, you know, I wouldn't hear Train sing about that or something.
No, you're not going to hear Train sing that.
Dun, 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 dun.
Just knowing that she's a real person.
Yeah. All right. Man, where do I go then? Where do I go? Bow down. Let's see. What do I got here? No, that's embryonic. I'm not playing that yet.
No.
Wow.
This is apparently the only one I've got from transmissions from the satellite.
Oh, boy.
I'm going slow nerve action.
Really?
Yep.
That's the only one I don't have from transmissions.
I don't have it.
Did I play too cool? Did I go too cool for school? Maybe.
I don't
Maybe.
know, because I think I went... No, I went very surface with transmissions.
Still doing good, though. We got 4 through and 3
through.
on standby.
Okay.
All right, Matt.
I'm going to go from one with a hit to the head, or hit to death in the head in the feature head. Talking about the Smiling Death Porn Immortality Blues.
I've got it. But that's one of those songs where it's like, dude, you couldn't come up with something shorter.
I feel like that could be a hit song, except there's just this weirdness to it. That odd background vocal, like there's just a weirdness to it that keeps it from being a mainstream hit.
Plus the word death porn. Although that's what I would shorten the name to. Just death porn.
Death porn.
Because you never know. That could be the thing that breaks it. But I've got it, so it's in the combo. Peter.
I think since we've got a few catchy ones, I'm going to throw out one of the weirder ones now just to see if you guys would agree. It's the one of the two that I have from the newest album. It's There Should Be Unicorns.
That's the one I have.
Oh, no.
It's the one I said that I'm only going to even admit to having if Peter plays it. It's weird. I found it, like, added bonus. It has Reggie Watts in it. So I was like, that's
like
nice.
Reggie Watts.
Yeah, it's a nice added bonus.
I think I'm going to be far kinder to those albums now that I'm
Over time.
removed from that terrible cover album.
Yeah, and
I need to listen to it a few more times.
And I think listening to them now for this, just it doesn't do those albums justice.
Yeah.
I think they need their own space.
But I also feel that way about, even though we can pull songs out of Off Bullets and even though we can pull songs out of Yoshimi, I still feel like in pretty much all of these albums, like if you dig the 10 that we put together, go immediately and listen to the full albums.
Yeah.
Especially those 3.
Yeah.
And the ones that we didn't from.
And the ones we didn't pick from.
Yeah. Listen to them all.
Zyrika is amazing, but it's kind of a chore to have to put together.
I've listened to it one time because I got the album. I listened to it one time. Do you know how hard it is finding 4 different devices to play CDs off of?
So it's my turn, right? Mm-hmm. So where do I go? Where do I go? Which direction do I take this? I'm going to see if I can't match up with Pete here, because I know Matt doesn't have either of these.
Garbage.
I've got See the Leaves.
I don't. But I do like that song.
So I've got one left from Embryonic. All right, Matt. Man, I'm striking out.
I'm going to go to, I think, an album that we haven't touched on yet. And Psychiatric Explorations of the Fetus with Needles.
Yep.
From Clouds Taste Metallic.
I got it. Again.
No, but I love that song.
I got it, but couldn't we have anything?
Fetus Needles.
Yeah. Psychedelic fetus needles. It's 3 words, but
Long words.
it works a lotter.
It just screams mainstream rock.
Yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Looking back, I can't imagine why we didn't hear any more singles.
All right, Peter.
Actually, I will go with a single, but I will go with "Turn It On" from Transmissions.
Oh man,
that's
without
so
a
good.
doubt.
I don't have it.
Really?
It's so good, though.
That's the
so
best song on Transmissions.
Turn it on. I'm glad I made it there, though, because I know what's happening when we get to conversation time. Push that on through. All right. My turn again. Yeah.
List.
I'm trying to figure out which angle to go here. I'm gonna stay away from that because I missed the one I played, so I'm gonna stay away from that. How about The Magician versus The Headache?
God, that was a late cut. That was such a late cut.
I think
I don't have that one.
yeah. Apparently, I went.
I feel like I had 3 different Magician songs on my list at one point.
Me too.
In the Morning with the Magicians, that one.
All right, Matt.
So back to me, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna go with a song that I think is just a beautiful song, and that's "Vein of Stars."
I
Of
don't.
the Mystics.
Do not have that.
I don't have that one.
Nope.
Okay, I was wrong. It's garbage.
Garbage.
Put a
Garbage.
G next to that.
Peter.
Sticking with that same album, I'm gonna throw out Pompeii AM Goddard Damarung.
I don't got it. I don't got it.
That's the only one I don't have.
Damn it.
All right, well, let's throw it out there. It's the last one I got from Mystics. Free Radicals.
That was a
No.
that was a cut that literally happened right before we went there. Because I was like, they're gonna make fun of me if I put this on.
Well, I literally took 3 singles from it, so
I thought you guys would make fun of me if I went Free Radicals.
yeah. We're doing fine though. I mean, I am doing miserably, but we as a
Not doing
group,
that miserably. I mean, we've got 4 that we've.
yeah,
that
I've
we've-
got 6 strikes,
Oh, okay.
so
I have 1.
I've struck out twice.
1. Vein of Stars. You guys say terrible.
Garbage. Matt.
Okay, let's start striking out. Ego Tripping at the Gates of Hell.
I feel like I had that, but apparently I don't. Nope.
Garbage.
I had that, but I cut.
It's just ego tripping.
Yeah, why wouldn't it just be ego tripping?
Garbage.
Garbage. It's garbage.
Why should it?
Garbage.
Peter, you're up.
I'm gonna go back to Soft Bulletin and put A Spoonful Weighs a Ton.
Yep.
Yes.
There we go. There we go. Now we're on the right track again. All right. Here I go. I'm going to try to match up with Peter here again because I know Matt doesn't have it.
Hate it. Garbage.
Worm Mountain.
That was one that I had, but I cut from that album.
Justin, went on.
Apparently, I like a lot of garbage.
You use it just so well.
I like a lot of garbage. Again, as a collective,
discovery,
we're doing as a collective, we're doing really well though. I feel good about the show. I feel bad
I
about
just wanna
how bad I'm
My
playing.
main 10, all hit with somebody,
Nice.
including all the four that are in.
Nice.
Patting myself on the back again.
We got 5 in, Matt. Because the Spoonful Weighs a Ton just hit too.
Oh, well, that one's off my... That one's on my reserve.
Oh, okay. All right, Matt.
Son of Failure.
Nope.
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 Yeah, but I knew that was going to be garbage.
It's actually not. It just didn't make it. All right, Peter.
Kim's Watermelon Gun.
I've wrestled with that so hard.
It was literally like one of the last songs I pulled out
Yeah, it ended up... Yeah.
on the
It just,
cutting
ro-
floor.
it just rocks. It's
Yeah.
just,
Yeah.
Well, that's what I loved about it. And then I was like, wait, then there's this dumb one that I kept that everybody's going to shit on me about. So,
Don't use jelly.
no, thank God. Although, If somebody has it, I'm not fighting it.
Oh no, not either.
Let's see. Well, suddenly everything has changed.
Yeah, I don't have it, but yeah,
I've got it.
Yes.
I dig it.
Unfortunately, I love the shit out of Soft Bulletin.
You should.
So, like, I
only have 3 from Softleton, and that was because I was very cognizant that I was going to play favorites with it, and then I ended up playing favorites with At War with the Mystics.
I would say to anybody listening that if you're going to start with the Flaming Lips, start there.
Yeah.
Just go get Soft Bulletin.
yeah. And then, you know,
Ignore our list. Just go get Soft Bulletin.
I would say listen to our list.
Yes.
And then get Soft Bulletin.
Yes.
And then go from there.
Yushimi.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I agree. And actually, I say At War with the Mystics is a must, too.
Get all 3 of those.
Yeah. All right. It's Matt's turn. I've got 5 left, but I think 2 of them are extras.
Lightning Strikes the Postman.
I got it.
Ooh.
Sorry.
No.
It's off of Clouds Taste Metallic.
Peter, it's your turn, sir.
I'll go with Mystics. I'm going to submit It Overtakes Me.
Yes. If you go Mystics, you got a good chance you're going to hit.
Well,
It's a catchy song, and I like the Blackbird sounding outro at the end.
I always just put my own words to it. It's just a fun word. Like, just try it. Just put gibberish in there, and it's fantastic.
That's real, by the way. Okay, so I have 4 songs left. I don't know how many you guys have.
I have 3.
3?
3 songs left.
I've got 6, I think.
Oh, wow. Okay. So we'll play the 3 more rounds.
I did 10 main and 10.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a few that I know that you guys don't, so that's why I haven't played them.
I got you. I've been looking at it. I might as well play it.
Yeah.
What is the light?
No.
Yeah, that's all right.
But, good song.
Yeah. No, you know what? I'm not happy with my performance, but I'm happy with the show. So,
But, good song.
yeah.
So that's to me, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go Spark the Blood.
I got it.
Which album?
Soft Bulletin.
It's like the one I didn't have. Like, literally.
Okay. You got the gash? You want to change it to gash? I could change my answers. Nobody can see it on camera.
All right. Peter.
Fuck it. She don't use jelly.
It's got to get out there.
He did
Right?
it!
It's got to get out there, right?
I didn't put it on, but I'd be happy to put it through.
I don't have it either. I don't have it
mean,
either.
come on.
It belongs in the conversation for
It
sure.
does.
Yeah.
It belongs probably on the list.
And they still play it. It's not like they just,
Shit, man. I feel like it belongs on the list. Even though we didn't play it, I feel like Peter's right. I feel like we didn't play it for nefarious reasons.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it through in the convo, and we're going to weigh it up against whatever else is left. And if we legit think that one of the last 5 spots belongs to it, then sure.
The only thing I can say in counter to it is that I feel like Bad Days is a similar song and a better song.
Right, and it's already through.
And it's already through.
So,
True.
But She Don't Use Jelly is the gateway for a lot of us.
yeah. All 3 of us.
Yeah. That's their hit.
Let's see. So 2 more rounds. I'll trot this one out. Let's see how I do. Halloween on the Barbary Coast.
Nope.
Interesting choice.
Oh, it makes me so happy. Matt.
Placebo Head Wound.
Nope.
Just gonna garbage the fuck out of this now.
Garbage. Peter.
The Sparrow Looks Up at the Machine.
I do not have that.
I didn't think anybody would.
You never know, though. And my last play, The Gash.
Ah, you did have the gash. You son of a bitch.
I got the gash. See, it's right here. No.
The gash. I went back and forth between the gash and the spark that bled. They're right next to each other, aren't they?
I think so.
Yeah. I went back and forth with it and went with spark that bled.
Toss it on out there because it's garbage. Matt?
When you're 22.
Oh, my God. I had that so late in the game.
I don't have that one.
Well, now it's garbage, Justin.
Yep, it's garbage now.
How about In the Morning of Magicians?
Nope. But they
was a late cut.
They sure be do loving the magicians.
It's a late cut for me. I had so many magician songs on here.
All right. Is there any? Because you said you had a couple more, Peter, than we did. Do you want to just toss them out there, just to get them out there in the void?
Okay, well, I had one from the new album called We a Family, and that has Miley Cyrus on it.
Oh.
And I figured, hey, gateway for Miley Cyrus fans, but I have Look, the Sun is Rising from I think that's the most accessible song from The Terror.
Yeah.
But still, that album should be listened to as an album.
Yeah.
And my last one was Buggin' from Soft Bulletin.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All these bugs. All these bugs flying around.
Not me. All right, so
When you really distill it down, though, it sounds dumb when I say it.
all right, so the 5 that are in, which that's really good. Race for the Prize, A Spoonful Weighs a Ton, Fight Test, Yoshimi Battles the Pink Robots Part 1, and Bad Days. Those are the 5 that are in, without a shadow of a doubt.
Uh-huh.
So we need to get 5 more out of the Yeah 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 song, The Wand, It Overtakes Me, Turn It On, She Don't Use Jelly, Suddenly Everything Has Changed, The Spark That Bled, Do You Realize, talking about the Smiling Death Porn Immortality Blues, Everyone Wants to Live Forever, Lightning Strikes the Postman, Psychiatric Explorations of the Fetus with Needles, and There Should Be Unicorns.
I'll tell you, the only song that I will absolutely go down fighting for, like just I'll swing on you bastards, is The Wand.
Well, I mean, again, I think it's safe to say to put the Yeah 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 song aside because I think The Wand is a better song anyway.
Yes, and it's a similar song.
Yeah. And Pete didn't have the Yeah 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 song, so like if we're conceding the point, just drop it on out. And who had The Wand? Was it? Because I had it. Was it me and you?
It was me and you.
Okay, so
Yeah, it was you guys.
how do you feel about The Wand, Pete?
Well, we've got to have something from Mystics on there.
Yeah. So, I mean, if we're conceding Yeah 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 song, that leaves The Wand and It Overtakes Me as the 2 that
I feel like The Wand is
the
way
conversation.
more catchier.
I thought so too.
I think it's super catchy.
I like that guitar riff, so yeah, I would put that over.
Plus, I
Yeah,
feel like
yeah.
it's got the best use of the word motherfucker.
Yes. Yes.
Like, they really use motherfuckers well.
All right, so we'll hold on to that, and we'll come back because let's see. I think I've got these. Yeah, they're broken by album. So we've already got 2 through from the Soft Bulletin. Do we feel like one more is necessary?
What's the one more?
We've got Suddenly Everything Has Changed and The Spark That Bled are both in the combo.
I'd rather see a little more earlier things
Yeah.
than another Soft Bulletin, because I think our recommendation is here's some 10 songs and go buy the Soft Bulletin.
So we can concede because two already unanimously made it. We can concede these 2 other ones from Soft Bulletin.
Yeah, because the other ones that we have through are all from Yoshimi, with Bad Days being from Clouds Taste Metallic.
Yeah.
So we don't have any stuff.
So that being said,
Out of all of the earlier stuff that we've put into the conversation, I feel like Turn It On.
I love to Turn It. I didn't have Turn It On, but yeah, I
feel like Turn It
love
On
that song.
is one that we got to put on.
I'm with it.
I would fight for Turned It On.
I'm with it. Let's put it
So
through.
let's push it through.
I am with it. Not necessarily that same note, but in that same conversation, the only thing from hit to death that got through is talking about smiling death porn.
Which I think is it's track 1, right? That's track 1.
Let's see. Let me see. If
No, I'm sorry. It's track 2, isn't it?
See if I can bring it up here. The Flame and Lips. Death porn. Where are you at? Okay. I need the album, not the song. Oh boy. No.
And like I said, I think it's a song that could have been a single that, you know, blew up before She Don't Use Jelly if it wasn't just so damn weird. And it's only slightly weird.
Yeah, it's track 1. Talking about the smiling death porn, track 1. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if
It's got everything. It's got the super crunchy guitar.
it's got that.
That big weird womp womp is what really keeps it from being. Although that's
It
defining.
also, yeah, it's defining. It sets itself apart. It's a good tone setter for the record. I don't know. How do you feel about it, Peter?
I'm not
Lukewarm
crazy
at
about
best.
it
Yeah,
just because I'm not crazy about that album.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I'm not super crazy about it either.
All right, so
I do feel like Psychiatric Explorations of the Fetus with Needles. It's a better representation of the early stuff if we want to go crunchy guitars.
let's see if I can find it.
It's on Clouds.
Yeah.
That's a track too.
There it is. There you is. Get a little bit of this. Nice and weird.
But then gets accessible
Yeah.
with some crunchy guitars. Yeah. Super catchy too. It didn't have the 40-minute intro,
And copyright control.
which I don't even think that
I
was
don't think it made it.
representative of the song.
No, not even at all. What are you gonna do? All right, so we've got 4 more spots, right?
Yes.
Is-
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we're at 6.
I'll go back through it, and honestly, I feel like there should be unicorns. Achi, Wadi. I think we can get rid of that.
Should not be unicorns.
I would defend that because I think if we're making a list for new people, I think we should at least have one song that shows where they're at now.
Okay, I can see your point.
I
see the
can't
argument.
argue against that point.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate it, but
All right, so I'll run down the list again, and let's see if there's anything that we can get rid of or anything that stands out as, yes, this needs to go through. The Wand, It Overtakes Me, She Don't Use Jelly, Do You Realize, There Should Be Unicorns, Talking About the Smiling Death Porn, Lightning Strikes the Postman, and Psychiatric Explorations of the Fetus with Needles.
Lightning Strikes the Postman's a good one too.
Yeah.
I think Do You Realize needs to be on there.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'd fight with that. It makes me cry every time.
I'm not going to argue it.
Every damn time. Don't put it on, Justin.
All right, so let's see. I mean, really, at this point, The Wand and It Overtakes Me can both get in, if that's what we want to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 3 more spots. And I don't know. The more I'm thinking about it, There Should Be Unicorns was the one that jumped out at me. From that album.
Yeah, and I feel like I'd probably agree if I listened to it.
and he does use the F word on it, so
And Reggie Watts.
yeah.
So I mean, I think Peter put it best is
I can't argue with his.
represent where they are now. I don't recommend, me personally, I do not recommend
Listening to
Achimwadi until you realize you're definitely a fan of the band and you're willing to take that journey because it's a grower. See that right now. That is a grower album. It needs some time. If you're willing to put in the time to listen a couple times, then go for it.
I'm listening to it right now. It's making me angry.
Oh, okay. Got here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 2 more spots. All right. The Wand, It Overtakes Me. She Don't Use Jelly. Talking about the Smiling Death Porn.
Oh, I hate
Lightning
to say it,
strikes.
but I feel like we should put She Don't Use Jelly on.
I don't know.
It was on 90210.
Okay, I'm back to... But see, every time I start doing that, I look down and I've got Bad Days, and it's just a better representation of that era. Songs are very similar.
So, do we only want to pull one song from Mystics? Because we've got the Wand and It Overtakes Me still. We've already got something from Clouds, Taste Metallic, which is Bad Days. Bad Dudes. Bad Days.
Bad Dudes. I really think the Wand should get on that. Just give us a couple seconds of the Wand.
All right.
I feel like it gets into it before you have to shut it off.
It helped if I would have put them in order instead of just like frantically adding them in.
I think that's the best way to do it.
Clouds, Transmissions, Hit to Death. There's the Mystics. I actually, at one point, had Mr. Ambulance Driver too.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Boom, boom.
Claps are infectious.
And we're rapidly coming up on it. There it is. That's the one.
Yeah, but I feel like the drums need to kick in.
Here, let me pull this back a second. 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you could hook somebody with that.
Don't forget the best use of motherfuckers in any song ever.
Yeah. All right. So, do we want to put the Wand through?
I'm going to say yes.
I won't fight it.
All right. So, we've got the Wand.
But I don't think we need It Overtakes Me.
So, we got one spot left, though. With 5 songs fighting for it. Literally, the only thing talking about Smiling Death Porn has going for it is it's the only thing from Hit to Death.
Wop, wop. It's got a wop, wop.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
everything in the song.
I mean, it's a great song.
But Psychiatric Explorations of the Fetus with Needles is also a great song.
Yeah.
I may just love the title. But it's also a really catchy song.
Any of those jumping out at you, Peter?
I would go with Psychiatric over Death Porn. To me, that first album, I felt like they were still a voice, and that didn't happen until Transmissions and Clouds Taste Metallic.
I can dig it. So let's go ahead and pull Fetus with Needles then. We'll pull that one through, and that gives us our 10. Boom.
I cannot believe that was such a dark horse. I can't believe that made it on the list.
Not as bloody as I thought.
Putting it on.
Not as bloody as I thought
It
here.
wasn't bloody at all. I thought it was going to be way worse.
All right, so here's the final 10. Race for the Prize, A Spoonful Weighs a Ton, Fight Test, The Wand, Yoshimi Battles the Pink Robots, Part 1, Psychiatric Explorations of the Fetus with Needles, Do You Realize? There Should Be Unicorns, Turn It On, and Bad Days. And again, I think that if you're just coming into the band and those are the 10 songs you're presented with, you're getting a really good look at the scope of the band for sure. And you're also getting that look at where they are now. You're getting a look at what they're capable of. I think that's a good 10. I think that's a solid 10.
Yeah.
If you ask me.
I agree.
I think we did good here.
We did good work.
All right. So I think that about 11:30. I don't know what time we went on, but I thought
It was 10:30.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
God, that's a good song.
So right about the hour then. Well, next week.
Remember the old days we used to play them afterwards?
Yeah.
Old days.
The old days. Well, see, now there's so much work going into like getting the show back on air that there is no time afterwards to do it. So, well, Peter, thank you so much for calling in, man. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
I think it's going to be the three of us for Modest Mouse probably in the next couple months. So,
Yes.
unless somebody else jumps in.
What are we just with the alt rock squad?
Yes. The Alt Squad. Well, Peter's also on the list for Guns N' Roses, I think. Right?
Yeah, a big fan.
So that one will be happening relatively soon, too. But Bob just did Afghan Wigs last week. So,
Pretty alt.
yeah. God. Oh, the Wigs, they were so good. Like, I can't believe I can't believe they weren't on my scope.
Yeah.
So the Flaming Lips, definitely check them out. If you dig us, you dig this station, patreon.com/Radio Free Radio. $1 a month helps us out more than we could ever put into actual words. Actually, if you go back and listen to today's Wrestle Pals, I thanked everybody who's already pledging $1, just, one by one. I told them I loved them, and I told them thank you.
Thank me.
Yeah. See? You must have been away from the desk. I said, yeah, see?
I missed that. That was very cute, though.
That was top of hour 2. But look, we're trying to do bigger, better things here, and again, look, what we've been able to accomplish so far is great with your help. We can accomplish so much more. I promise you. I swear to you, we can do more. We just need a little bit more help, and you can tell we are working hard to make better content. And I'm just saying, like, this weekend there may be some more stuff coming out too. Like,
more
stuff.
More stuff.
So, again, Peter, thank you so much for calling in. We'll set up the other shows here soon.
Word.
I appreciate you calling, man. Have a good night, man.
Thanks, you too.
Night.
And with that, the Flaming Lips, learn them and love them, people, and we're out of here. So next week, Metallica looks like. Not 100% inked, but it looks like we're doing Metallica. So,
Ew. I mean, okay.
hey, I do them all, man. I actually like Metallica. I haven't listened to Metallica in a long time, but I like Metallica.
My favorite Metallica?
Yeah?
Reloaded.
I like Reloaded.
It's the only one I like.
I mean,
Saint Anger.
I guarantee, I tell you, anybody who's listening right now, I guarantee I will not have anything from Saint Anger. I can guarantee that.
It's his embryonic.
Oh, makes me cringe. All right, we're out of here. Have a great week. We'll see you next week.
Oh, not Reloaded.